York rocks! What's up, everybody? It's Phil from New York Rocks. Stay tuned, you're watching New York Rocks, baby. Who rocks better than us?
Nobody rocks like New York rocks. We rock the best, man. Oh, man. It's Christmas time, and we got a great show here tonight. But I hear something.
The number one showman of the world and most
It's
important
Sid
of all,
Bernstein rocking on New York Rocks. There he is.
Mr. Ed
All right,
Sullivan.
cool.
Thank you very much,
Sid
Sid.
Bernstein rocking on New York Rocks. All right. And on tonight's show, we have Benjy GREENBERG. There he is, Benjy GREENBERG. My buddy, I love you. We miss you. We haven't seen you in so long. How you doing?
You're stuck in Staten Island, which ain't bad if you live here.
Yeah.
But when you live way up in Manhattan where I do, it's not an easy ride.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have a license and
Well,
you don't have
friends.
a car.
You got friends all over, Sid. You got Anthony here. You're good for Anthony coming down here. Anthony lives out here, right? And then
I dare you pronounce his last name. Anthony who?
Hey, Anthony, what's your last name?
Sid, you're on the air for this one.
Muffaletto. Muffaletto.
Muffaletto.
Deep in the heart of Brooklyn. Anthony Muffaletto.
Anthony Muffaletto. Let's give a hand.
Anthony, did I get that
Anthony's a
right?
Good guy. Good man. Good man. But
Did
your
I
friend
get that right?
Benjy.
And Benjy. Benjy Greenberg.
Benjy's here.
Yeah.
How you doing, Benjy?
All
What's
right,
up?
good to be here.
Cool.
Like your
Now-
pizza.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta like Big Al's, man. Look at that. Who's
know.
better than that guy, right?
All right, there you go.
I look like Al Capone over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an Italian guy.
How you doing over here?
Yeah. You do
Yeah,
impressions.
doing it, yeah. Doing a guy like that, you know what I mean?
Like a toy surprise, what you guys doing over there? Come on, where's my Uncle Junior? What are you doing? Wait, you put a pizza box there?
So you're a comedian, huh?
Yeah.
You're funny. You're funny like that, right?
Yeah.
He's funny guy, right?
What a guy.
Not
Okay.
only is he funny, he reminds me of Bob Hope. I mean it. He's a tough
Thank you, Sid.
dork,
Thanks
tough
for the
dork.
memories.
And you know, you remind me of, you're a cross between Edward R. Murrow and Walter Cronkite.
No
and
Joe
Wolf
Pesci.
Blitzer.
No
You're a combination of all three.
yeah?
You're a magic man, man.
I love you. I love you.
Put a mic in your hand.
You're coming on the next show too. And the show
Put a
after
mic
that.
in your hand, and everything stops.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow, that's good.
Because
that's
you
great.
know what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank
Okay?
you.
Keep going.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I still keep doing it. Nah, I'm just kidding. But Benjy, now we got Benjy over here, and Benjy, now you're an impressionist. But tell everybody where you're from. Go ahead.
I'm from Rye, New York. Playland.
All right. And now you've been in the circuit for a while now. I heard you first started out you were on Jimmy Kimmel's show, right? You
Well,
did
actually, I
West
started
Coast.
out back in the 60s doing toy commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, one for Blippo the Builder, Remco Toys, for all those young
Yeah.
people out there. Any,
How'd you
remember
get
that?
into that? How'd you?
Well, I got pushed in by my mother and my grandmother.
Yeah, they said we're gonna put you in the
You know,
commercials.
push
make
Jewish
some
mother,
cash from
Jewish
you.
grandmother, you know, went, there I went, you know. I got lucky though. I got 4 commercials. I was in the Lakeside Toys catalog and a bunch of other things.
Well, you weren't shy. You probably, you were right out there, because it's very hard to get casted for a commercial, especially back in the day. Everybody wanted to be,
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, the kids were lined up, you know. I just got
Right.
lucky. A lot of people didn't get them, you know.
Now you did how many commercials? You did a
I did
toy.
one for Remco, one
Right.
big promotion for GI Joe, which is the biggest toy promotion in history, and one for Rambler Cars, which is nowhere to be found on the face of the earth, and one for American Airlines.
They're actually classic commercials now.
Yeah.
Now from there you got into what else did you do?
Well, kind of later in life, I got into. I was actually people work years to get on a major show. Actually, I got on Jimmy Kimmel first and did comedy after. So I do like a novelty comedy Beatles act.
How'd that happen?
I do a lot of impressions like Ed Sullivan, Beatles movie scenes, put them all together, and it became successful. Yeah.
Now you were big Beatle historian.
Beatles.
Talk about that.
Beatles, right? Beatles. Remember the Beatles? Sid?
Beatles. You remember that band, the Beatles?
Yeah.
Sid remembers them.
Benjy has to be the most informed Beatle guy that I know. He knows what dates the songs were done, recorded. It's amazing. He's a historian, really.
Right.
Ask him
We're
anything
gonna have
about.
to ask him. We're gonna have to give him a date. Beatle history.
Find a date I don't know, right?
All right. How about
Beatles at Carnegie Hall, right?
December, like in '63? Actually, I was born in December '63 because it's my birthday next week.
Right? December what?
Happy birthday.
17th. Thank you.
Well, okay. Well, December 18th was Wimbledon Palais, one of the few known dates that the Beatles actually signed for 3,000 people.
Right.
At Wimbledon in England, yeah.
And that was before they hit United States, right?
Yeah, just before they came over. Yeah.
Now they came over. What was the date they came over?
Well, February 7th, '64.
And who brought them over?
A gentleman by the name of, I forgot his name. Oh, Sid Bernstein.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
Right here. All right, give a hand.
Yeah.
Bernstein.
Beatles in America.
The Beatles, the biggest band, the greatest band that ever was to America. And I commend you for doing that, because rock and roll wouldn't be what it is right now if it wasn't for you. So
Incidentally,
I think you should go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What do you think? Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
There you go.
thank you. Incidentally, you're keeping the thing alive. You, with your show, are keeping it alive.
Right,
George Harrison, gone.
right,
John Lennon, gone.
right.
So it takes guys like you and Benjy
Right.
and some of the people you had on here to keep the memory alive.
The legacy. and
Your
so, right?
show keeps it alive, keeps the
Right.
music alive.
I work for the newspaper, you know. I'm out here with the rock and roll paper, giving it away, you know what I mean? Keeping people, you know, informed of what's going on and who's playing places and stuff. It's very important.
And what I find interesting is I go to shows, a lot of shows.
Right,
I find the audience not only gets older,
right,
but there's a whole new bunch of young people in their early teens, rather,
right.
singing the songs of the Beatles. That music is not going to,
It's timeless and
i-
ageless.
it's just,
Yeah.
and McCartney, bigger than life, bigger than ever. It's not going to fade away.
I was at a Beatle Fest too, you know? Like,
Let's talk about the Beatle Fest,
Yeah.
and then we're going to get to Shea Stadium. We're going to talk about Shea Stadium. Well, not Shea Stadium. It's actually Citi Field. But 2 weeks ago, you were down at the Beatle Expo. Let's talk about the Beatle Expo. I know Sid was down there first, but you were like an MC. Let's talk about that and what you did.
well,
there.
I was the opening act. I did
Okay.
Beatles comedy for about 10 minutes, and people, it's a long time actually. to
How
do
many
comedy.
people were there, you say? Let's,
I don't even, I cannot, I have no idea. Could be,
I
could
would
be
say
1,000.
about 500-600 people. easily.
More.
now Sid has to go and count them for you.
Yeah, right? See, there you go.
That took place in
The lights were
Stanford.
blinding you, you know what I mean?
Well, it was cool. I mean, opening act, and
Right.
Peter Tork was the headliner
Yeah, yeah.
on Saturday. And Sunday is when Sid talked, you know, sitting
Clay
down for
Cole,
an hour.
don't forget Clay Cole.
With Clay Cole.
Clay Cole. Now, who's
Right.
Clay Cole now?
He was a DJ. I mean, had a TV show back in the 60s,
All right.
you know, did discotheque. And Sid entertained the crowd for like an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what days was that? It was over the weekend, right?
Yeah,
Just
28th and
passed.
29th of November, yeah.
Now, you mentioned a couple of guys from the Monkees were there. Peter Tork.
Peter Tork was
Right,
there.
go ahead.
Yeah, he was a
Did
headliner.
he speak? Did you speak to him?
Yeah, he signed for everybody, and he
Right.
performed himself. Monkey songs, you know.
Him by himself, or did Mickey Dolenz?
That
show up?
was another place like a week before.
Yeah, that was at BB King's.
No, that was in Massachusetts.
Oh, as I remember, he was supposed to be at
Yeah.
BB King's
Make-
the next night after Beatles stock. We had
Right.
The Beatles stock
Right.
over
I
there.
saw him there too.
Right, right.
Yeah. So Mickey's a little wild. Peter's kind of quiet, but I mean they put them both together. You know, it's like two monkeys out of four.
Right, right. Two monkeys.
Yeah,
Well,
two monkeys,
actually,
barrel of
they're
monkeys,
still-
you know.
They're still around. They're still around. They're still, you know, yeah. Okay, now let's talk. Let's talk about Citi Field. Now, what went on down there? Because you were at the concert. Now, how'd you get to the concert? You went all 3 nights to Citi Field, right?
Well-
now were you invited? Was Sid invited?
It's a long story. To make a long story
Yeah.
short.
Uh,
Friday night, I was sitting next to Sid,
Right.
and also sitting with us was Anthony and a few other people. And that's the night I think they aired on Thanksgiving night.
Right.
That one. Saturday, I went with one of Sid's sons
Sure.
and another friend of mine. But Sunday, Tuesday was the really cool one because I wormed my way into the front row left of the first half, and the second half was front row center. So I
Right.
stood there for about like 2 hours,
Right,
3
right.
hours, and got shots from 20 feet away
Pictures.
and
Well,
video.
we'll show some of the pictures. We're going to show some of them. You know what I
Alright.
mean? We'll show them to the audience out there. And also some of the footage from the Jimmy Kimmel show. But talking about the Citi Field concerts and everything, you were there all 3 nights. You went there. Sid was there. What'd you feel about that? You know?